Welcome to Paranormal Universe. Hello, welcome to Paranormal Universe. I'm Chris.
And this is Tina.
This is episode 6. We've been listened to in 14 countries.
Wow, thank you guys.
Yeah,
thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for those downloads. Thank you. That's exciting. So we've got a couple good stories today. I'm actually going to read 2 stories from the same person. Yeah, so let's just jump right in it. This story is from Big Demi Aro. I hope I pronounced that right. It's called A Watcher from the Other Side. I'm 14, and I've been exposed to the paranormal since the age of 5, thanks to a neighbor. I have tried the usage of homemade Ouija boards in my house before, which is why I am guessing these events have happened. I don't know how many spirits there are in this house. I know there's more than one. I've heard footsteps, knocking, and voices whispering for years now. I've not told my parents because they don't believe in the paranormal. What makes me uneasy, however, is the noises that happen at night, and what disturbs me is the presence under my bed and in the corner of my room. Every night since around my second experience with a homemade Ouija board, I feel like something is watching me every night. It was proven to me when I saw 2 white eyes looking directly at me from the corner of my room. I've not fully seen it, and I never wished to, but my deepest fear came true 2 weeks ago. It was around 10:45 p.m., and I was sitting on my bed until I heard this loud bang against my window. My mom and I checked it out. Nobody was in the garden, and nobody could be seen around the area. After checking out the noise, I still felt uneasy. I didn't feel safe. My mom went to bed, and I could not stop checking the balcony through the curtains in my room. It felt like I was forced to do so. And eventually, after what felt like hours of checking, I saw it. There was something staring at me through my window. It did not look human due to its large head, and the shape did not look human either. I can't describe what it looked like. I immediately shined my phone light at it, and it was gone. I got a glimpse of its eye. I'm not sure if it had more than one because it disappeared so quickly. I did not even wake up my parents because I didn't know what to say. I eventually managed to fall asleep with the feeling that I was being watched. Since that encounter, everything seemed to have stopped. I've not heard anything, seen anything, or even felt any kind of presence. I'm unsure what to do or what the creature was. I only remember the color and the unusually large head of it. It appeared black, but I'm not sure if it really was black due to the fact that as soon as I laid the light on it, it disappeared. I know that it has to still be out there somewhere if it was a creature and not a ghost. Someone's playing Ouija boards. That's never good.
No, never.
Okay, this is the second part. It came back, and it was not alone. So after my last story about encountering the garden creature, everything was fine until a few days ago when it came back. It was almost 11 at night, and I heard a loud noise that no one else heard because I was the only one awake. I went to the kitchen to refill my water bottle, and I found the window slightly open, but I'm hoping it was my grandmother who forgot to close it. I looked out the window, and nothing was outside, but I began panicking hard. I don't know if what happened afterwards was because I was having a panic attack, but I began to lose my ability to feel my ears or hear properly. I started to quietly cry as I felt my surroundings shake. I thought I was going to die as I started hearing noises inside the walls, footsteps, and knocking. I don't know how long this lasted, but it was enough for me to nearly vomit. I didn't even know what happened. I was glad it was over, but it wasn't. When I was back in my bed, I saw it. A shadow standing in the corner of my room, but this time it was looming over me, watching me. I was almost frozen in place, but managed to turn around to not look at it. I tried to sleep, hoping it was just a hallucination. I eventually fell asleep, but when I woke up, I saw that it was wearing a green dress before it fully disappeared. Nothing happened for a few days. Today, I found that I had an X marked on my leg. It faded away, but I'm hoping it won't visit again tonight.
That was pretty scary.
That was playing with a Ouija board. It never really works out. You play with, usually, even if it's not even the traditional Ouija board, which is weird that Hasbro makes that. Yeah, so yeah, they make Ouija boards. They even have a Stranger Things version of the Ouija board. They make it sound fun and innocent. It's not fun. Every time I've heard someone mention that they've played with a Ouija board or they've made a homemade Ouija board, things didn't end well. Things got weird. So, yeah, I wouldn't. Homemade, I don't care if I pulled out a piece of paper out of a notebook and copied a Ouija board. And no, we're not doing that. We can't do that. It's always a bad idea. You always open yourself up to not very good things when you play around with stuff like that.
I will say when I was young in middle school, I did see some girls. They said that they wanted to make a Ouija board. I had no clue what it was at the time. And I think we were in a study hall. So I watched them because I didn't know what it was. And they took the paper, they took a notebook paper and they made one, and they took, cut out little pieces for a little piece for the little what do you call it? I don't know.
The little pendulum thingy.
And nothing happened. And I had to go home and research what a Ouija board was later. And I said, oh, okay. If I had known that, I would have just left and walked away from you all. But yeah, I'm not quite fond of trying to open up that type of a gateway, quite personally. And this is why, because you don't know what you're opening up yourself to. And then this individual said that at the end, the entity had on a green dress.
Yeah, that was weird. And the entity decided to play dress up.
It was a little fashionable there, I see.
Yeah, entity's like, you know what? I'm getting my spring attire. It's not even spring anymore. It's summer. The season has changed, and I gotta look good.
I don't know. Spring fashion shows. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that though.
The green dress, man. It's the green dress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this story was kind of
it was
kind
awesome.
of scary.
It was awesome and it was scary.
Yeah, and it serves as a reminder to not play with Ouija boards. Ouija boards. I can't talk today. I'm tongue tied. Ouija boards.
I love the way that's spelled.
Ouija.
With the O.
Ouija.
Yeah.
It's Ouija.
Yeah.
Ouija. Ouija. I don't know where they got the "we" from the "oi." Maybe is it French?
I don't know. I want to put a W in there.
I do too.
That's.
I just want to spell it WEEGEE.
Yeah,
Ouija.
that sounds right. It feels right, but it's just not. I guess it's just like the whole knife thing.
Yeah, knife.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knife you to death.
Yeah. So
we got knifed.
Yeah, it feels right, but hey,
knife.
It's not the right thing to do.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
So
yeah.
What do you got for me?
So I have a story here from Hexelix.
Okay.
All right. I need help to explain what I've seen. For reference, my house is set up so that one side of the table faces away from the window, yet right up close to that same window. I was sitting down. It just turned 3 a.m.-ish, playing Minecraft TNT Run on my laptop as I had all day prior. I have nothing to do and lockdown is affecting me. Where I sat, the window was directly behind me. It's pitch black and I'm sitting in my living room. Now, this all seems all normal, and then I heard tapping at my window, a distinct 3 knocks. and I'm on the ground floor of my house. There was no interval between the 3 knocks. It was fast and it was unsettling. I tried to shrug it off as I was quite tired and though thought my mind was playing tricks on me. Not even 2 minutes go by when I hear the 3 knocks again. This terrified me and I had no idea what to do or how to react. I was scared to turn around. The window was right behind me. I closed Minecraft and stopped my stream as it wasn't working anyway. I moved my table forward and closed the laptop lid. That's when I heard a harder, more erratic knock. This time more than just 3 knocks. I couldn't count how many knocks. I ran upstairs and I couldn't even contain the fear. I began to have a panic attack, and while trying to recover and recoup my thoughts, I felt a breeze of freezing cold air which gave me chills. At this point, I was on the stairs, out of the sight of the window, when I noticed that my dog was alert and awake but whimpering. Usually, my dog jumps at the opportunity to bark at any loud noise. I ran up to my sister's room and told her everything. She obviously didn't believe me. I asked if I could check out her window to see if anybody was outside. My sister's room is on the second floor and would give me a better view. After looking outside, part of me wishes I didn't. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw something or somebody. I looked over and it's like they were never there. However, from the corner of my eye, I was able to see them as clear as day. I barely got sleep because throughout the night, I was awakened by any noise as if my body was on constant alert. I was terrified. I still am terrified and need help from anybody who thinks that they could explain this or would know something that would help me know for certain what happened that day. Now, this person has an update. Basically, I was too scared to sit by the window, so I sat on my sofa. For reference, my sofa is in view of the window. I was sitting playing my PS4 downstairs, just starting up the game. Getting about halfway through the second segment of the game when I hear it again, those 3 knocks. This time I was alert and I was ready. I opened the curtain and to my surprise I saw a figure standing right beside where my pool is. I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't tall, only about 5 feet. I didn't have the courage to open up the window or take a photo. My phone was out of reach, charging. As soon as I saw this creature or humanoid, it vanished. It was pitch black outside. It seems as if it wasn't there in the first place. I thought it was me hallucinating. It still hadn't gotten any normal. I still hadn't gotten any normal sleep. I'm mentally preparing myself for whatever comes tonight. I hope to God that whatever it is, it will leave me alone.
Mm. So it's a window knocking shadow figure.
Wanted to see if anyone was home so I can come in
I'm
and
just,
play that PlayStation with the
the shadow figure just wants to play. It wants the game. I'm just picturing like this shadow figure knocking on her window and running away to stand by the pool and be scary and ominous.
Maybe it's a gamer as well.
It's like knock on the window and take off running and stands by the pool to be ominous and creepy.
Hey, who wanted to play?
Like, so it's just standing in the window, just watching. I don't know. It seems like a lot of the shadow creatures they're weird in a sense. Like
they're nuisances.
It seems like they're more of a nuisance than they are like actually scary or something. It doesn't seem like they like they want to harm anyone or anything. It's kind of weird. Like they're scary because they're there, but I don't think we've had any stories, and I haven't had any experiences of the shadow doing physically anything to anybody or tossing anything around. Usually, like when that happens, it's like a poltergeist type spirit that's doing it. You may not even necessarily see it, but this shadow figure is just trying to hop on the PS4.
We haven't had any stories yet.
Yeah, we haven't had any yet.
So you can't jump to conclusions yet.
That's why I said we haven't had any that we have heard of that the shadow person is being violent or somehow physically intimidating in a sense.
Now, within the next few weeks, or so, you may get a savage shadow here. You never know.
I may get a shadow. I'm hoping. I'm not wishing
for
terror.
A savage shadow?
No,
really?
I'm not wishing terror on another person or myself. But since we don't really hear about shadow figures being anything but just like Michael Myers standing in the corner being weird.
If you're hoping for a savage shadow, I can set the scene for you. I can drop you off in the middle of nowhere in your own little shack, and I can set you up a Ouija board, and we can open up all the shadow figures for you.
We're not doing that.
Hey, we can get you one of those houses like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre style house.
Wait, we're not doing that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And
no,
we can
thank
call
you.
upon all the shadow figures for you and see if any of them are savage.
Hey, let's do a bonus story.
And as a matter of fact, we can have that house surrounded by tall trees.
I'm afraid of trees. Don't do that. See, now that's when you're being, because you want to know what my fear is about trees at night. Remember the scene in Black Panther? It's not a horror movie, but remember the scene in Black Panther at the very beginning when he's in the tree, like they're like, getting scared because everyone's getting beat up and they're trying to figure out who's doing it, and then the guy shines his flashlight in the tree and Black Panther's in the tree. That's what I expect to see, but not Black Panther. I'm expecting to see something scary there, like a gargoyle or something like a Wendigo or something. I'm expecting to see something truly terrifying that is going to rip my face off. That's why I don't like trees at night. Not because I'm afraid there's a ghost in a tree being weird, but that there's something in there that could, sorry, Mom, fuck me up. F-bomb mommy. Sorry, Mommy. I know you're listening. But yeah, that's why I'm afraid of trees at night. And it gives me anxiety because I do that to myself in my head. I make up this horrifying scenario and then I can't get it out of my head. So it's not necessarily about ghosts and things of that nature. It's more so like there's something in that tree that's going to rip my entire face off. And I'm scared and I don't want any part of it. So yeah, we have another story about a peeking shadow. Do you want to read that or you want me to take a stab at it?
Go ahead and take a stab at it for us.
All right, cool. I'll do it. No biggie. All right, this story is from Shea Bird. It's peeking around our bedroom door. So my husband and I moved into a new apartment about a month ago. We have 2 cats, Millie and Ash, that sometimes stare at the corner of the room or meow at nothing. I never thought about it much until a few days ago. I constantly feel like someone is watching me, but I always thought I was just a paranoid person. I was using the restroom and both of my cats were with me like always when I heard footsteps in my apartment. It sounded like someone was walking towards the bathroom, but my husband was at work and obviously the cats were with me. The footsteps stopped right before the bathroom and I never heard them again. When I told my husband, he blew it off and just kept telling me that it was probably the neighbors, but I know what the neighbors' footsteps sound like from their apartment. After that, my cat started sleeping in the living room every night, and I started being woken up at exactly 2:45 a.m., but I blew it off thinking it was just the cats. I woke up at 2:45 this morning, though, because it sounded like the cats knocked something over. We keep the door to our bedroom cracked enough for the cats to come into our bedroom, but closed enough so the kitchen light doesn't shine in my husband's eyes. I leaned over on my elbow and tried to look into the hallway to see what they were doing when I saw a completely black head peek around the door at me. At first, I thought I was just seeing things because I had just woken up, but it would hide really fast and then peek again. It did it 5 to 6 times. My body went ice cold and I froze in place. Eventually, I woke my husband to make sure no one was in the apartment. He told me when I woke him up, I was super cold, and after he checked, he gave me a hug, and he said I was still ice cold, but I was sweating. He told me he thinks I'm seeing things because of the stress, but I'm not stressed. I'm the happiest I've ever been since we got our own place, and I just don't want him to blow this off like he has done with other times. I don't know what to do, but I'm terrified. If anyone has any advice, please tell me. I don't know what to do anymore.
Well,
So
that one was playing peekaboo.
Yeah, that shadow person was playing peekaboo. I wonder how big it was.
Again, it was friendly.
It didn't seem to be harming her, just scaring her shitless. And also, this could have been solved by what?
No.
No.
I'm not going there with you. No,
nope.
Absolutely not.
Tell me what could have happened.
Nope.
Tell me what could have happened.
Nope.
Tell me the simple solution to this problem.
Absolutely not.
Tell me the simple solution to this problem.
There is no simple solution to this problem. The problem is that the shadow person figure entity was playing peekaboo and it's messing with the cats and it is messing with this person's sleep in their new home, and I'm not going there with you. That's the other problem. Tina. And I'm gonna let you experience shadow people for yourself, and that's the solution.
No.
Yes.
What's
in
the
your
solution
cabin
to this
in
problem?
the woods.
What is the solution to this problem?
To put you in the woods with the Ouija board. And
since
the
you
trees.
don't want to say it.
No.
Since you don't want to say it.
This is going to be an ongoing, forever issue with you. And I now need something to throw at you while we're recording this episode. It looks like I'm going to have to throw something at you every episode because we are not going there with the door. Once again.
If the bedroom door was closed.
No. Absolutely not.
The shadow person can't play peekaboo.
Here we go again.
The shadow person cannot poke its head around the corner and just simply look. They never say the shadow person opened my door and walked into the room and looked at me. They say my door is open and there's a shadow person standing in the doorway.
I'm doing the biggest eye roll emoji right now.
Listen, I learned from my lesson. My lesson when I was about 14 or 15 years old and I saw a shadow person standing outside my bedroom door with my bedroom door open, I learned from that mistake and I closed my door. And since then, I've never seen a shadow person standing in my doorway. You know why? Because my door is always closed. Don't you roll your eyes. Don't you do it. Hey, I want a dilly bar.
What?
I just thought about a dilly bar. I really want a dilly bar right now. A dilly bar instead of dilly.
Okay.
I kind of want ice cream.
You don't get one.
I'll get one.
No,
I'll get one.
You don't deserve it.
Because I want to close my door?
Because you want to argue this with me. We're going to argue this every episode until I find some listeners that are going to back me on this.
That are going to say, the shadow person kicked my bedroom door down.
If you follow us, especially on Instagram, because we have a nice amount of followers on Instagram. If you follow us on Instagram, I want us to post a picture for people to vote.
No.
Yes or no. Door closed, door open, door closed, door open. And I want people to vote on that. Vote for me.
They already voted and I win.
When? This seems like it was a biased thing because I was not aware that you posted that. And
no one's going to be Team Tina on this. They're going to be Team Chris. First of all, Team Tina sounds like a stutter. Sounds like a stutter. Someone Team Tina. Doesn't even sound right. So Team Tina loses because Team Tina does not need to sleep with their bedroom door open. They need to sleep with it closed. They need to join Team Chris.
Team Tina people are prepared for what's going to happen because they can hear what's going on better, because they don't have that door blocking. We can see what's going on better. We can prepare with our weapons to fight whatever's going to be out on the other side of that door.
You're going to fight the shadow person with your weapons, with with your baseball bat.
Right. And Team Tina's people are going to send Team Chris's people to the middle of the woods. We're going to drop you and all of your people off in the middle of the woods. Watch us.
And guess what? We're going to go into the cabin and close the door.
and we're going to leave. We're going to leave you all right there.
We're going to have the door closed.
We're going to get on our big, beautiful RV and we're going to go back home. We're going to leave you all
We're not
right
going to
there.
be exposed.
Yes, you will. And because you all will be in the middle of the woods with that door
You know,
closed.
this is going to be a never-ending debate. We can have an
Shoved in the
entire
cabin.
show about this debate right now.
With your Ouija
And I
board.
really want a dilly bar.
WEE.
I want a cherry dilly bar.
I'm done with you. This episode is done. It's over. I'm done with you.
This was a fun episode. You didn't like this episode?
I'm going to call a few shadow people I know.
You're not calling any shadow people, so now you're trying to conjure spirits.
I'm going to call them to come talk to you.
You're not.
Through your bedroom door.
You're not. You're gonna sage this place like you were supposed to last week. And you conveniently forgot. Don't think I forgot. So, anyway, thank you all for listening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to that rant. If you didn't fast forward through it already, pretty sure some people fast forwarded through that rant. And I forgive you. I don't hold that against you. I still love you. So, thank you for listening. T, you got anything to say?
Again, thank you for sharing your stories. Others love to hear your stories. We enjoy sharing your stories with others all across the world. Please keep sending those stories in so that we can keep sharing them with those who enjoy hearing them.
Yeah, I enjoy telling them too. I like hearing different perspectives and different experiences. I know that I'm not alone, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably enjoy knowing that you're not alone in your experiences either. So again, thank you for sending in your stories. You can send your stories to us at paranormaluniverse@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Paranormal Universe Podcast. You don't have to rewind. That information will be in the show description, so you can just check that out. So yeah, T, you got anything else you got to say?
Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. And please keep sending in those stories.
All right. Thank you. Oh, and don't forget, almost forgot, do not forget to subscribe to our podcast so you can get notifications when there are new episodes available. Also, rate and review them, please. And again, thank you for listening and stay safe.